Boris.
Hey, good morning, Suzanne. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
So, what are we, 21 today?
What?
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I think you know what number it is this time.
I should know, right? So what?
Yeah.
So what's do we discuss the numbers, or because you're a lady, we don't want to talk about that?
Well, I could tell you if you don't include it in the recording, because there's always some superstition that the older one gets, the less worth he or she becomes.
Well, I mean, how about the point of view, the older you get, the wiser you get?
Well, I thought of that too, but then there would be, followers disappear one by one. I mean, they move away or they die, and there's hardly anybody left.
Well, I mean, that's true. The older we get, the more people we know are lost, right?
Yeah.
But that's if you're talking about your age group, right? That's normal as you get people drop off. But the new ones come up, right? So you might be gaining new fans, and as the old ones are getting older, I don't think your fans are that old. I mean, obviously they age as much as you do, right? Everybody ages.
A number of times, when I'm visiting another town, people come up to me and say they saw me in parades when they were children, and now they're making their own children watch me.
Yes, well, I'm sure. I remember one family, I believe it was Cape May, would show up every year and take a picture with you, and then over the years, there was more and more family members with you in that picture.
Well, do you know the name of the family?
I don't remember, but they would bring a big photo of all of them from the year before, and then the following year they would take another one, and then over the years, like obviously there'd be more people, but that was kind of interesting. When I think that's when we were shooting the documentary. That's where I met them. I mean, I don't remember the names or anything, but it was a kind of fun little thing.
Well, when they had this big family photo and then took another photo of me, if they were from Cape May, well, it had to have been a parade, but which one? Independence?
I don't remember, Suzanne. It was a long time ago.
Well, you could tell by looking at the picture. If it's dark, then it would be the Christmas parade.
I'm not positive, and I'm not positive that's in the movie. It might have been something I got cut out.
Because there are 4 parades in Cape May that I participate in every year, and the only one that takes place after dark is the Christmas parade.
Mm-hmm. No, this was during the day, and I'm not even 100% certain it was Cape May, but you were certainly Jersey Shore, but I'm thinking Cape May, but memories can be faulty, so. So what's important about today? Why don't you tell us that?
Well, any occasion that's a multiple of 5 or 10 is considered extra important.
Mm-hmm. And you learned that when?
I observed it from celebrations held by other people, or television programs. I observed it, while I was growing up.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it has something to do with a decimal system?
it could be, but then multiples of 5 are considered important.
Right. It's a whole and a half. It's easy to figure out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what else? What's going on today? How are you celebrating your birthday? What should we know anything about the special day?
I haven't opened all my cards yet. I've opened a couple of presents. Like yesterday, did Bill tell you? Did Bill tell you that I was going to New York to look for jewels?
No, you mentioned it to me.
Okay, because Bill was in the Port Authority terminal when Errol came to meet me in the terminal, and Bill said you're bound for a great adventure.
Oh, nice. So how did your treasure hunt go?
Well, I got quite a lot of jewels that I've been looking for several years. They're all sew-on jewels, and I'm using them to finish costumes I had put on hold because I hadn't been able to get those jewels. Well, some jewel sizes and shapes, Errol looked up on his computer and we weren't able to find them. Maybe they're no longer made. So that means he said I would have to alter some plans on the medieval costume and substitute other jewels or use different patterns. If we make another expedition before the end of this year, it would be to revamp the jewels for the medieval outfit.
Mm-hmm. What type of jewels would you use for medieval outfits?
What do you mean, the colors or the shapes?
Well, either one, since I don't know anything about it. I'm just curious.
I'm making rainbows of jewels in motifs throughout the costume, and especially on the skirt.
Mm-hmm.
I have this motif of 12 jewels in a circle around a central jewel. Now, what makes it interesting is that each motif has red, yellow, green, and blue jewels, and a clear one in the middle.
Okay.
What makes it more interesting is that the center jewel is always round, but each motif, the colors surrounding the center jewel are different shapes. Some are bars, teardrops, marquees.
Okay, and you're using primary colors, right?
No, green is not a primary color.
Right, but
the
right.
But the four most frequently used colors for rainbow effects are red, yellow, green, and blue.
Mm-hmm. So if you put the blue over yellow, you will get a green.
Yes, yeah, but I don't do it.
I know.
I'm not
kidding.
arranging the jewels that way.
I know. It was just a bad joke. So how do you feel about today's a beautiful day? So you're gonna get a perfect day for your birthday. It's beautiful out. Sun's out. It's not hot.
Yes.
Are you going somewhere?
Larry York, my longtime band friend from Maple Shade, is taking me out to an early dinner in mid-afternoon, and then he and I are going to Mass together.
Oh, nice. That's today?
There's always a 5 p.m. Mass on Saturdays, which fulfills the weekend obligation.
Oh, okay. So you don't have to go on a Sunday. You can do it on Saturday. Okay.
That's right. In the summertime, I almost always go to 5 p.m. on Saturday because the choir is on summer recess.
Okay. And what do you start up with the choir again?
After Labor Day.
Oh, that's nice. So you do that once a week, or?
What do you mean?
Well, how often do you meet with the choir?
We have, after Labor Day, we always have a roster of rehearsal on Thursday night, and then the following Sunday we're at a specific mass to sing the numbers that we practiced at that rehearsal.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds good, because you get to see your chorus friends, and you get a little social interaction a couple of days a week.
I don't have any real friends in the choir, and we have no social activity after the rehearsal. Now, it was different with the guitar mass. When I was still in college, some teenagers formed a musical mass with contemporary instruments, guitar. There was one flutist. There was a violinist, and they always got together for rehearsal once a week. But afterward, they would stay in order to socialize and play games and such. I felt that was kind of overdoing it.
Mm-hmm. So you don't have any friends in your new choir?
In the regular choir, you mean?
Yes.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Well, it's strictly business. We go there to rehearse what we're going to do at the upcoming Sunday, so that after we practice, there's no purpose in staying any longer.
Okay, but you enjoy doing it.
I enjoy the music and getting ready for Sunday Mass, yes.
Okay, well, that's important. Yeah. So at least you have something that you enjoy to do, and you do it a couple of days a week. So that's very good. So you told me about your development where you live also does something for your birthday every year, right?
Well, any tenant who has a birthday any given month is sent a little congratulatory card from the front desk. But well, because I'm well known by the staff, they throw a small party for me on my birthday. Now, they can't do it today because it's Saturday and only leasing agents are in the front office. So on Monday the 15th, they'll be holding a party for me. And they haven't done it year after year after year, just a couple of years. Okay,
but you having something done this year, like a Monday? Is that you have a little party for you?
Yes.
Well, that's very nice that people do nice things for you. That's important. All right. Should we talk about something else in relation to the birthday? I mean, is anything important about birthdays themselves? Like, why do people celebrate birthdays?
You always want to honor a person on the day that's the anniversary of his or her birth.
Okay. Is there any? I mean, it seems like every culture does it, right? Is it an excuse to eat a piece of cake, or is there something more to it? There's
something more to it. In many other nations, I'm sure cake is rarely eaten. It depends on the country's cuisine. what kind of cuisine would they use for a birthday party? Well, if there's no cake, they might still celebrate with a lavish dinner. Well, I remember. Do you remember the television series Roots?
I've seen it a long time ago. Yeah.
Because either earlier this year or maybe sometime last year, all the episodes were rerun. Kuta Kinte lived in a small village. The ages of the people were reckoned by how frequently it rained during a particular year. Well, I'm also thinking how in the really remote past, before people knew how to write, they would reckon the passing of the years with sometimes the season would take place, would be considered a whole year.
That's something to look into, I guess. So anything that's special about today? Doing anything in addition to the mass and the birthday dinner?
Well, during the time that I'm free today, before I go out on my date, I'll be doing a lot of sewing, and I'll be using the newly acquired jewels to finish or partly finish the costumes I had put on hold. Now, if Errol and I, when Earl and I go on probably another expedition after the first of the year, we invest lavishly in sew-on jewels that are clear, that pass themselves off as diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's because 2 years from now it'll be Underdog's 60th anniversary, and that's the diamond anniversary.
Okay, so are you going to make a special costume for that year?
Yes.
Okay, well that's good. You didn't start that yet, did you?
No, I haven't started working on it yet. I had a stroke of luck yesterday in that one store we went into. I found more of the iridescent silver that I need to make the cape.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Because previously I had found it only in a suburban store, and I was told that they got it only once in a while and only so much yardage. But this New York store I'm thinking about, there was a whole big roll of it, and it was the exact same type of cloth. So I got just as many yards as I had gotten on the limited bolts the 2 other times. So I've got plenty of that fabric now to make the cape and also cut motifs out of to put on the suit, and then later we'll be looking for diamonds.
All right. Well, that sounds good. And I guess should we wrap it up? Or do you want to bring up any other topics or stories?
I just hope that now, because I've reached a particular number, that I don't get discriminated against because of advancing age. I'm still performing frequently. Some movements I can't make anymore, or I have to do them differently. I found out that I can't go up on tiptoe anymore.
Mm-hmm. So you have to adapt. Yes. Is that because you have an injury, or is just the balance?
The balance.
Oh, okay. So you can probably do some balancing exercises. Try to keep that going.
So that they could go up on tiptoes?
No, just for your own health. Because it's quite often when people get to very advanced age, you probably heard that people fall down, break their hip, and everything goes downhill. So it's important to try to keep your balance and maybe get some exercising going just to kind of have a certain level of conditioning as you get older.
Well, the people at work say that I get a workout from doing those big boards, and then I have my performances. I stand up a lot when I'm singing with the choir.
Okay, well, I mean that's certainly something, right?
Yes.
All right, Suzanne.
And also for a little over a year now, my brother put me on a protein regime.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. He worked out a diet for you, is that what you're saying?
Oh no, not some dictatorial diet. Just some foods that I enjoy, I can eat because there's protein in them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's important. All right, you keep in touch with your brother?
Oh yeah, sure.
You and him are the only ones left, right?
No, there is another brother, but he's a recluse in New England.
I see. Well, at least you have one that keeps in touch.
Yes.
All right, Suzanne. Well, I wish you a very happy birthday. You got a beautiful day. Enjoy it, and we'll talk soon, I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, and like I mentioned the other day, my card's going to be if you don't get it today, I guess it'll be there Monday. I should have mailed it earlier, but
yes,
you might be, if we're lucky, it'll be there today, but if not, I guess Monday. And of course, it's a card with a cat. So.
Phil gave me a card with many cats on it.
Yeah, for some reason at the store I went to. They had plenty of dogs, but there was only one cat card that I thought was appropriate for you. So, there were some childish ones with jokes that you wouldn't like.
Yeah, Errol showed me one. He showed me a card that had a picture of a cat on it and a balloon like you see in comic books. I hear a little bird told me it was your birthday today. But then when he turned to the inside, it said, "So I ate it." And I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, that's why I know you wouldn't like those kind of cards, so I had a hard time finding one that you would find appropriate. So, and they had a cat. So, anyway.
Well, Mrs. Gourmet and Kathy and I will be having another celebration before the end of this month. Mrs. Gourmet had some kind of heart condition, and she had to go to the hospital on Thursday. So I don't know whether she's recovered or strength enough. She knew she wouldn't be able to make it in time for today. So sometime later this month, she and Kathy and I will go out and celebrate.
All right. Well, I hope she's fine, and you guys have a nice little celebration. All right, Suzanne. Well. We'll wrap it up with this and enjoy this beautiful day and your birthday, and we'll talk soon.
Okay, Boris. Thanks a lot, and keep on the grace to your cats.
I will, Suzanne. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.